hey, bub. What? You don't know the reference?
No.
God damn it. Okay.
What is happening?
Wolverine's most famous line is he says, hey, bub, to
I didn't
all
know what
of
it had
his...
to do with the song.
Yeah, but you said it like a creepy dumpster person.
That's what... What does that even mean? He actually talks like that. He goes, hey, bub.
Yeah, but you were like, hey, bub. Like Snuffleupagus.
Like
hey,
I'm at a
bub.
local truck stop asking if you want to hang out.
Hey, bub. Like...
Oh, Lord. Guys, welcome to Real Awkward. The rest of the show will be like this. My name's Andy.
Yeah, I'm Amanda.
I am Ashley.
And if this is the first time you guys have ever listened to the podcast, we are talking about a street cred episode. Barbara Brown.
Barbara Brown.
I can't find her on IMDb.
She's
Does she
there.
go by a different... Is it Barbara?
Barbara.
Barbara.
Okay.
Barbara Ann. Well, it's Barbara Brown, not Barbara Ann. Okay, cool. Amanda, can you please tell our wonderful earring audiences what a street cred is all about?
So a street cred is where we pick an actor, actress, somebody, and pull up their IMDb credits and start all the way at the bottom, work our way all the way up to the top. And
now
we might shit on some movies. We might like some movies. We might have no idea what the movie is. But special thing to note, Andy is going to identify what year a movie was and relate it to a point in his life. Also, if Andy then brings up the fact that this movie has a video game that's worth a certain amount of money, take a shot.
I will do that many times in this episode because we are talking about the one, the only, Hugh Jackman.
Huge Ackman.
Huge Ackman. Hugh. Guys, Hugh Jackman, I'm just going to say this because normally Ash will get going here on the IMDb credits and we will talk about this. But I will say in previous episodes, more recently, we have not been doing very well in knowing a lot of the films. Like a lot of early work that we didn't see. But I feel like with Hugh Jackman, it's going to be different.
Really? You feel like a guy who isn't American, who didn't get a start in American cinema? Do you think you're going to see a lot of movies from his early career?
Absolutely not. I stand corrected. Ashley, let us know what Hugh Jackman is about, what he's done.
I didn't mean to burst your bubble there, buddy.
And let's see how you're right, though. I didn't think about all of his Australian credits.
Did you forget he was Australian for a second?
I always forget until the actors talk, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, another Australian actor.
You would remember if you let me read this biography.
Okay, hit it.
Hugh Michael Jackman was born in Sydney, New South Wales, to Grace McNeil and Christopher John Jackman, an accountant.
He would be married. I mean, married. He would come from an accountant.
He is the youngest of 5 children.
Ooh.
His parents, both English, moved to Australia shortly before his birth.
And Hugh Jackman is what, 50? In his 50s now?
He was born in unknown year.
Oh.
1968.
Okay. So, yes. He's 52.
Try again.
55.
Try. What year is it, Andy?
Help me with math. When was
Math
it?
is hard.
68?
Yeah.
40, 50, 56.
Amanda?
You
54?
do.
54.
That's what I said.
I think you said everything but 54.
Half of the podcast was just Andy trying to do that from 1968.
I have math anxiety, okay? When I'm put on the spot, I don't even think right. It's like my brain gets flooded with liquid.
Flooded with liquid. That's called blood.
I finally have blood to my brain.
There's too much of it.
I got too much blood. What's your problem? My brain has too much blood, bub. Hey, bub. I'm going to do that the entire
bub,
episode.
too much blood.
Hey, bub. You got too much blood. I'm going to take it out of you. Sneak, sneak. In the comics, Wolverine's claws go stink, sneak, 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 skink.
It's like I always said it was like snicked.
Yeah, it's like S-K-I-N-T, right?
It's like
Skitninked.
SNKTD.
That's worse than thwip.
Yeah, but like the claws when they come out, they sound more like because they come out of the skin.
Yeah.
But then also like when blades cling together and stuff, it'd be like cling ching ching ching. So skinked or skinked or whatever does not sound as cool.
Okay. All right. So first
Sorry, we're talking about his career.
off,
Hugh Jackman.
he was in an episode of a show called Law of the Land.
So I told you I've seen it. A wonderful. The best part about it was when he finishes that thing that he does.
And then
Yes.
he was in 10 episodes of a show called Corelli.
Yeah, that's about the restaurant, the Italian restaurant where he's working to be a math tutor.
Yeah. And then he was in an episode of Blue Healers.
Yeah, that one's about the dogs.
And then 5 episodes of Snowy River, the McGregor saga.
Yeah, it's a pretty long drama, that one.
What,
Lots of snow.
And then what? Voyage of the Mimi?
Take the Mimi.
Give me the Mimi.
Give me the Mimi.
Next, he was in an episode of Halifax FP.
I know if I've seen it.
His first movie was Paperback Hero.
That was my favorite one.
He's in a cowboy hat.
I feel like Hugh Jackman can rock a cowboy hat. What do you think?
He's a handsome man. He could do whatever he wants.
You think
He
he's
can
still?
wear
Do you think
whatever he
he's
wants.
still handsome at 54? You think he's still rocking it?
I have eyes, don't I?
Whoa! I didn't realize Amanda. She got the
No,
crushes.
he's a beautiful man.
She got the
Like, what?
crushes on the Wolverine.
Beautiful man. And then he was in a movie called Erskineville Kings.
When you can't
So,
pronounce
Andy, what's
it
your
very
current tally on how you're doing on his early career?
Yeah.
well. Yeah, I watched a lot of
He
Hugh Jackman
really
stuff back in
liked-
the Australian days.
Yeah.
How old is he here?
Currently,
No, on that last one that you talked about.
1999, so he was 31.
Okay, see? So that's not a whole lot of stuff because his start and whatever was in 2000 that we would have known him. Unless
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, continue. What's
We're not
next?
there yet. Oklahoma. You know, like the
Like the state?
like the play, musical.
Oh, so this is doing musicals that he performed in and stuff too?
I'm assuming this was like on DVD.
Okay.
So
Because it would
'Cause
have
I
to
know-
be for media,
yeah.
right?
I know he's always been very heavily involved in musical theater, so
Right.
I think while all of these are happening, he's intermingling a bunch of musicals and plays and stuff.
Yeah.
So then obviously they saw Oklahoma and they were like,
You know,
you know,
what he would be good in?
I have a part in a movie about mutants.
Yeah, because it's about Oklahoma.
And you would be great as this guy who goes, sneak.
There you go. Sneak.
Snicked.
Sneak, sneak.
You'd be great
yeah.
as this guy who goes, "Hey, Bob,
He goes, hey,
So-
Bob, you're from Canada and you're cold.
you're from Canada, eh?"
You're cold, why?
You're cold because he's cold up there in Canada. Starts off in the winter. Okay, so
Oh, you're from Canada? It must be cold.
hey, you from Canada, eh, bub? Hey, bub. Oh, you're one of them Wolverine guys, yeah, bub. So, listen. That's not a whole lot of filmography
No.
before he got this break. So when I said that we should have seen a lot of stuff, that's what I meant. Is that he didn't have that whole childhood run like some kids do. So you said he was in his 30s by this time?
He would have been 32 when he
32, dude. So you didn't actually say it yet because I kept talking
X-Men.
over you. X-Men on 2000, right?
Yes.
Yes. Amanda, have you seen it?
Yeah.
She has eyes, right?
I have eyes, don't I?
She's like, I didn't know my body could feel that way until I saw X-Men.
I have 2 eyes and a heart, don't I? No, come on, man. That movie's great. Like,
Yeah.
it was the first time. I feel like it was one of the first times where you really saw, like, oh, they can do superheroes now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, certain things, obviously, it's the first one, right? So it's corny.
Yeah.
But it was the first, you know, the computer graphics on Rebecca Romaine Stamos were incredible.
Oh, sure. You're right. I remember that. The Mystique stuff, I was like, whoa, that's great. And she's hot.
And it just got better every movie. Like, so.
So, to Hugh Jackman specifically, I remember a lot of controversy when this movie came out because people did not like him being cast as Wolverine. Because in the comics, Wolverine is only like 5'3", and he's very stocky. And
the
like
only actor who could have physically done it was Danny DeVito, and he was busy.
Danny DeVito would have been the worst casting choice ever.
I would have loved it.
Oh, God. I have a strong disdain for Danny DeVito.
I played this city like a heart from hell. Wrong movie, Danny. I never thought about his first name, and now I'm never going to work. My name's Danny. Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. So Hugh Jackman got shit for this. He got shit for this because all those movies back then, this is when trailers were heavy about telling... What? That his name's Danny or his Hey Bub?
Imagining now Danny DeVito as the role of Wolverine with like a wife beater.
Yes.
Just like squatty rolling
Just like,
up.
it's just like a ball with arms and legs, like 2 like little skinny
Hey
arms.
Bub,
like,
I deserve some respect.
Have you ever seen like a Mr. Potato Head that looked like Wolverine? Because that's what I feel like it would look like.
You're probably pretty right. Jesus. Sorry, Danny DeVito. No offense, bro. No offense. But we should do a Danny DeVito episode. Okay. So here's the deal, okay? There's a lot here to go through. But with Hugh Jackman doing this, not only was it the breakout role, and people didn't think that Marvel movies could be successful. If you guys have not gone and seen our... if you've not listened to our episode about failed or previous MCU movies, we talk a lot about some of these failed episodes or movies that came out. So with this one, though, X-Men was like, dude, if this doesn't work, it could just be another failed one. He was getting shit for the role. It popped. It went really well. People liked him in the role. And now he's iconic for Wolverine from that moment on. The only thing he got shit for, though, is that he wasn't ripped enough. And then he obviously changed that in later X-Men movies, too.
Yeah.
He just got literally like superhero status. Bod. But that's it. X-Men, Hugh Jackman. I think people fell in love with him instantly and wanted him in everything after that. Right?
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
next he did Someone Like You.
Was that a rom-com?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
I feel like I remember that film, but not enough to tell you who was the love interest in it. Or the other actress in it. Rachel McAdams. I don't know.
Ashley Judd.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sometimes I don't like her acting, by the way. Sometimes she comes off as smug and I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Amanda, have you seen that one? No?
No, I'm trying to think of the movie cover.
What year did it come out?
2001.
Okay, so it could have been like a parallel release almost.
Oh, okay. I recognize this cover.
Okay, so he's just a heartthrob in that one, Amanda. It's like two men going for the same girl.
Greg Kinnear is the other guy.
Okay. All right, Hugh.
All right. Then he did Swordfish.
I thought Swordfish was awesome. What did you think about Swordfish,
Does that
Amanda?
have Halle Berry?
Yeah, it's Halle Berry. She got paid a bunch of money to show her boobies in it, and John
It's a
Travolta
green-
has long hair.
A green movie cover.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, it was like a heist movie, right?
Yeah. So basically, Hugh Jackman is a hacker, and Halle Berry gets sent by John Travolta to go like recruit him into this club that they are, where they do these like high-end government hacking deals, and they basically like blackmail him into helping them. So that's what Swordfish was all about.
I never watched it. I heard it was okay.
It was fine. Honestly, it wasn't a bad movie. I mean, Halle Berry's acting is like, it's okay. But it's funny that they were in a movie together because they were in X-Men together.
Yeah.
So, but Travolta, dude, like that's when he started taking all those bad guy roles. Like he was like a villain.
Yeah.
Like from that point on. You know what I'm saying? But Hugh Jackman he's a hacker, but he's also like just the straight guy. Like that's just like he's thrown into a world he's not used to.
All right.
Okay.
Then he did Kate and Leopold.
I remember that film as well.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
yeah,
heard
because
of
is he a time traveler? He gets like
Yeah.
thrown into her world.
Yeah, I don't remember how,
Yeah.
but yeah, it has Meg Ryan. What, did I say it weird?
No.
Oh.
You look like Meg Ryan.
Yeah, I think it's like she is having trouble dating or whatever, like finding a gentleman, and he comes from...
Yeah, I don't know how he gets
I don't
transported
remember-
into the world.
I don't remember either,
But he's
but
like
yeah.
from like 1700s or something, like Victorian era.
Yeah.
And he comes in and she's like, "You're such a gentleman." And they fall in love. And he's like, "I must go back to my time." Or I don't remember how
I
that
feel
goes.
like I remember
I'm probably way
footage
off.
of him on a horse.
That's fair.
Yeah. I also remember him in his like uniform collared shirt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Meg Ryan was actually relevant back then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
know.
All right.
Then he did X-Men 2.
Diddly-dee-doo.
The best one.
Banger.
Absolute banger. I mean, come on, it's incredible. You meet Bobby Iceman.
Bobby
And-
Iceman.
You have the first, like, you see, like, William Stryker, and I think that's the first time you really meet him. And
Yep. And
When, honestly,
it's
the-
interesting.
like the scene where the Stryker's people like invade the school at night is incredible.
Yeah.
Like
It was.
And then-
I remember that scene, but also being disappointed in that scene because
What?
Colossus is like, "Let me help you," and he's like, "No, help them," and you're like, "Son of a bitch." And
yeah,
then
you
Colossus
wanted,
has to like,
you wanted it.
yeah, you didn't get to get any of Colossus until the third one.
No.
So, but Wolverine in that one, that is a Wolverine movie. Like the first one has all the X-Men and he kind of gets thrown into them, but this one really follows him because it's him versus Stryker. And Stryker
Yeah.
is a human villain, which is like interesting because the first one, Magneto and his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants are the bad guys. And in this one, it's Stryker because he made Wolverine. He like injected him with the adamantium. Yes. But you're right, Amanda. Like inside the school, that scene like of Wolverine just going berserker on
Where
everybody,
he, like, jumps
all
off
the
the balcony,
soldiers.
he's like,
Yep.
"Ah!" So good.
That's very classic Wolverine.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So after that, he had a short called Standing Room Only,
Hmm.
and then a short called Making the Grade.
Interesting for the couple shorts. But
I
at
don't
this point,
know.
if he's done both X-Men movies,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would have put him like this is height of his career
Yeah.
already.
And then next
Yeah.
he did Van Helsing.
Okay. Amanda, maybe you want to take this one because I'm torn on this movie.
Okay, here's how I feel about Van Helsing. It's like Ghost Ship, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Is
it's
it
like
a- it's like 13
RPD.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it good? No. Is it entertaining and do I rewatch it regularly? Yes.
I need to see it again.
It's, dude, okay, it's hokey pokey. Like, the makeup isn't great.
Yeah.
He's got this long, billowy, like, wavy hair, but, like, this ugly-ass hat on top.
Oh, dude,
Kate Beckinsale's
well,
character
yeah.
is literally useless. It's not good. It's like all of the Universal monsters together, and they have to protect one, but
Yeah.
they're fighting with the other. But, like, oh, my God, it's a hot mess, and I love it.
I think I remember I enjoyed the film until the end when he has to fight all the vampire Batgirls. Like, Do you know what I'm talking about? Is like, right? I remember
In the
that
village.
CG being awful. I remember it being
Yeah, so
awful.
The images of just the vampire brides, like when they were in their vampire state, they were almost
Yeah.
like naked bat ladies.
Yeah,
and honestly,
right.
it looked cool. And then when they
Yeah.
were like their human selves, they were in like these like lace dresses, and so like
Yeah.
that kind of worked.
Yeah.
But them like flying around being bat people was bad. And then
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember some of that stuff being really, really terrible.
the Wolfman's like whole computer thing was bad.
I mean,
And then
it sucks though
you had
because
Frankenstein. I'm sorry, you had Frankenstein who was closer
Yeah.
to freaking young Frankenstein, Peter Boyle Frankenstein, like rough, rough.
putting on the Ritz.
No, literally, like his character would be like,
Yeah.
find the thing, and you're like, oh,
I remember.
boy. Oh boy,
I remember some of the monsters just being hokey. But what's crazy? At the end of the day, that movie didn't do bad, right? I thought that movie did okay.
I don't think it did great.
You think it was a bomb in theaters? I don't remember hearing like
I don't
terrible
remember.
things about it, but I don't know. But you're right. Van Helsing with that whole story, that his character is always supposed to look like that with the dumb floppy hat. But like for some reason, if anybody else was cast in the role, I don't know if they would have done as well as Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman kind of just he made Van Helsing work. So whatever. He's just a monster
Yeah.
hunter. Continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men: The Last Stand.
Oh, suck yeah. Okay. If you guys don't know this story, we'll make it quick. X-Men: The Last Stand was a travesty. They lost Bryan Singer as a director. He had done 1 and 2. Brett Ratner comes in to try to fix it all. The story's all jumbled. It's bad writing. Overall, the acting is pretty piss poor in that film, and the story is just really not executed well. It's the Phoenix story, which for some reason, fucking Marvel Comics, Disney now, nobody can get that Phoenix story right. It's like one of the most epic stories in comic books, and they cannot make a freaking film that does it correctly. Hugh Jackman in that film is not bad, but there's a lot of characters thrown in there. Angel is thrown in there, and Beast is thrown in there, and like you just have a lot going on, and it just overwhelms the film. And Femke Jensen, who plays Jean Grey, being the Phoenix, like I didn't like her character in it. And this is all my personal opinion, but it really fell flat for a lot of people. The Last Stand was not considered a great film. But Hugh Jackman, I don't think suffered because of it. Personally.
Yeah, I don't think.
What
he
do you
did.
think, Amanda?
It had its moments. I liked the scene where they go to Pyro's house or Iceman, somebody's house, and then they
Yeah,
have
it's
like
Iceman-
the
your
standoff with
Iceman's
the
house,
cops
yeah.
and stuff. Like, I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting, and I thought parts of it were interesting. I thought as a whole it was kind of a waste. Especially like
Yes.
when it's like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, and it's like, really, like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna use this now.
Juggernaut fell flat. Deadpool did Juggernaut right.
Yeah,
Like
and
that's Juggernaut was done correct in that film, and really, really bad with Vinnie Jones, I think, is the actor.
Yeah.
Right. Who played
yeah,
him,
it
and it
just,
was. It's a muscle suit, and it's wet and gross and hairy, and he looks disgusting. It's really
And,
but
it just
Hugh Jackman.
didn't really work for me, and they were setting up the Phoenix Saga to be, that Wolverine loved her and stuff, and
Right.
that they didn't put enough effort into it over the first 2 movies, other than like her being like, "But I'm with Scott," and
Yeah, she's very
that would be
teasy.
the only time
Yeah.
they taught, like, literally, like their whole like romance in the movies was literally less than 3 whole minutes. Like, it didn't make sense for all of a sudden he's like, "I love you," and then like stabs her. Like,
Yeah, in
it
the
just
first,
didn't really
you're right.
work.
In the first one, there's a little bit of like chemistry there, but not enough to have love. And then in the second one, he's like gone, right? And it's not
They're
until the
hardly
very end
together.
that right. And then she saves the blackbird from the waterfall or from the dam breaking. And then she dies and then comes back as this evil force. So yeah, you're right. There wasn't enough character arc and development with their relationship for you to really believe that they loved each other. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Sorry. We had a lot to say about The Last Stand.
all right.
I even said we're going to make this short and we didn't. I apologize.
Lots to say.
But Hugh Jackman, though, I don't feel like that hurt his career in that film. Yes, the film wasn't as good, but the X-Men films were still freaking popular.
But Kelsey Grammer as Beast, though?
Can we talk about Kelsey Grammer as Beast, though?
Can we talk about it?
It was
Because
great.
honestly, I thought it was great.
It was great. He did a
sorry,
really good
continue.
Beast. I agree. He did way better than Nicholas Hoult.
Oh.
Yeah. Ugh. Cat Beast. Ugh. Get out of here.
All right. Next, he did Scoop.
Oh, is that about an ice cream shop?
No, I think it's probably about a reporter.
Oh, is that about ice cream shop?
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. I remember seeing the film. I don't really remember their plot.
Yeah, me neither.
But I mean, like thriller or more like drama?
More of a rom-com.
Oh, rom-com. Okay. All right.
I think.
Rom-com. For some reason, I feel like I would have seen a rom-com, but I would have skipped a drama or a whatever, or a what have you.
Comedy, crime, fantasy are the...
That's the categories?
Those are the adjectives that IMDb gives it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I never watched it.
Next one was The Fountain.
Oh.
Amanda. Oh, that one. I remember The Fountain being... have you ever seen any Terry Gilliam movies?
I don't know.
Okay. So there's a couple movies that Terry Gilliam did. One of them was called Brazil. But it has this like fantasy, like Esquire, like feeling in the writing and the way that it's portrayed.
Have like a Wonderland.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And The Fountain felt a little bit like the... Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know how to explain it, but you're right. Like if you could do a wave with your hand and be like, like that's kind of like you're on acid a little bit, but you're still enjoying yourself. I don't know. But The Fountain in general, basically about finding the tree of youth and like looping your life over and over again. It was a cool concept. I'm pretty sure they cut
Called The Fountain and You're Finding the Tree of Youth?
Yeah. Or something like that, right?
Okay.
Sorry, the Tree of Youth or something like that, right? Amanda, am I wrong? Right?
Yeah,
Doesn't
no, you're
he's
right.
immortal in it, right? Or something.
Yeah, so basically it's like living through different timelines kind of, but you're the same people and life just repeats over and over and over and over. I thought it was okay. I thought it was kind of very kind of similar. A few similar movies were coming out at the same time. Just very fantastical. But
yeah.
I thought it was one of those movies that had a cooler art design than actual plot.
I agree. Yes. And it probably, the best way I can describe that is like Jupiter Ascending. Like when the Wachowskis like finished The Matrix and then they were like, let's do another fantastical one. And then you had a story that you didn't care about, but it looked pretty. The Fountain kind of hit that mark. I have to correct myself. Fountain of Youth. I don't know why. Because it was called The Fountain is probably why I said that stupid phrase. And that's not what I meant. But Amanda described the movie perfectly. But fantastical, but to where you don't care. It was almost there. Yeah.
All right. Then he did The Prestige. You heard of it?
Banger. I cannot talk enough good things about that film. Like I've never had a film about magicians be as cool and well done as that movie. And literally both Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale did incredible. And if you guys like Christian Bale, check out our Christian Bale episode.
Mm-hmm. You also touched on this.
Yeah,
I
that
think, quite a
movie-
bit in the Christian Bale episode.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yep. But Hugh Jackman's character in that side was cool because he's almost the villain of the film, or like a cool
Yeah.
twist or whatever in it. But yeah, well done. Scarlett Johansson's in that one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Rebecca something, I forget. The other wife. Okay, continue.
I don't know.
But Hugh Jackman, banger. I still think that like if Last Stand screwed him up and The Fountain was like meh, this brought him back up. Prestige made him prestigious.
All right. Next, he did a voice in Flushed Away.
Was he one?
Oh,
Was he
about
the
the
rat?
rats.
Yeah.
That's when
I
I
remember
think I
that
never
one.
saw it.
that's when DreamWorks and Disney were making the exact same freaking movies, but just like
At the exact same time.
yeah, because
Was this
Flushed
like
Away
Ratatouille?
and it was the answer to Ratatouille.
All right.
Just like
And then Bug's Life and Ants.
and Ants
Yeah.
and frickin' Finding Nemo, and there was a
Shark Tale.
and Shark
Shark
Tale.
Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just kept doing it, but I remember this one. So I wonder if he was the main actor
I don't know.
or the main mouse in that one.
I never seen it.
It's actually Flushed Away is kind of cool because it almost looks like claymation, right?
It's very computer graphics, but it's like more cartoony.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah. It is cute.
I'm
I mean,
not a Ratatouille
yeah.
fan, and I think Flushed Away is probably a little better.
Yeah. Flushed Away is probably better.
All right. Then he did a voice in Happy Feet.
Yes, dude. He's freaking Memphis.
Yeah.
He's Happy Feet's dad.
How you remember the name of the dad in Happy Feet?
Ash, I love Happy Feet. We've talked about this when we first got together. You made fun of me. You're like, you'll watch Happy Feet by yourself. I'm like, yes, I thought it was
There's-
incredible.
I don't remember this.
Yes.
There's an episode recently where we talked about watching Happy Feet. What episode was it?
So
Okay,
what's
let me
cool?
see who else was in it.
So what's cool is Hugh Jackman plays that one, and he has like a twang, and he's like, like Elvis. So he's like, "Come on, little buddy, let's dance." So,
Maybe it was the Robin Williams episode.
Maybe. I feel like that was so long ago, though.
yeah, but
I
dude,
know.
like it's Happy Feet. Like the penguin is super cute when he's a baby, but then all the other penguins know how to sing, and he can't sing, but he can dance, and so he turns his like ability to be like is technically a tap dancer into
And
like-
because he can't communicate with the rest of the penguins, they eat him. Such is the march of the penguins.
no, the movie at the end he
I'm
saves
Morgan Freeman.
He said, "I'm Morgan Freeman, and this is Happy Feet." At the end of the movie, Happy Feet, like he saves the penguins from like a melting iceberg, and they come and they like save their entire area and bring them in to like a reserve because he can dance, and they hear him dancing down there. Sorry, I think it's an amazing movie.
It's a good
I think it's
movie.
really well done, but I remember Hugh Jackman singing as Memphis because he has this like Elvis twang. Okay, anyway.
Sir, I didn't know you're so emphatic.
I love Happy Feet. Dude, Happy Feet 2 sucks ass, but Happy Feet 1 was really good.
All right.
Yeah.
Next, he's keeping it good.
What does that mean?
He's keeping it 100.
Passes to the man, and it's good.
Just wait.
I'm so sorry.
Just wait until I say what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
He was in an episode of a show called Viva Laughlin.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
boy.
Okay.
See? Keeping it good.
Keeping it good.
Keeping it good. Then he did a short called Uncle Johnny.
Nope. I definitely didn't see these shorts.
And then his next movie was Deception.
Why am
I don't-
Lady, I'm drawing a blank.
I've never heard of this. Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor, Michelle Williams.
Can I see the cover?
Sure.
Deception. Oh, is this like a thriller drama? Like it's it's in the same vein of like, oh goodness, The Game with Michael Douglas, or like Cruel Intentions, or oh my God, what's the one with Sharon Stone where she's like sexy?
Yeah, it's like a sexy crime drama.
yeah. Poison Ivy, all of those.
Then he did Australia.
I struggled to like Australia.
I never watched it. I remember it being long.
It's like 2.5
Saying that it
hours,
was
if I'm
long.
not mistaken.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Can you read? Amanda, did you watch that one, Australia?
I never, like, I remember when the trailer came out, I was like, that is not for me.
Yeah, I think I remember wanting to skip it. Can you tell us the plot real quick,
Sure.
Ash?
Because it was, what, Nicole Kidman?
Yeah,
And they're both Australian, right?
Yeah, but Nicole Kidman, she's a reason I don't watch film sometimes.
It's just a 3-hour ad for the Australian Tourism Board.
Morgan Freeman.
Isn't it like Hard Times, like in Australia?
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Set in northern Australia before World War II,
Yeah.
an English woman who inherits a sprawling ranch reluctantly packs with a stockman in order to drive 2,000 head of cattle over unforgiving landscapes.
Yeah, I feel like it was like an endeavor he has to take.
Sounds like Dances with Wolves.
Yes, it literally has that feeling, and I don't want to watch it because it's too long and seems very drawn out and boring.
Yeah,
So I remember getting through like half of it and then not finishing it.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So he went back and did X-Men Origins Wolverine.
They're just like, okay, Australia didn't work.
Yeah, these other things aren't working for you.
Okay. Amanda and I have already talked about this in a lot of different episodes about the shitstorm that is this movie. But for what it's worth, Hugh Jackman's performance is not bad. It's everything else that's around him that's bad in this film. Now, even Live Schreiber as Sabretooth was okay. And the intro to that one when they're going through the wars is incredible. And he meets Gambit and he meets the Blob and then he meets Deadpool and it gets really bad. And Ryan Reynolds makes fun of it in the new Deadpool movies. But it was like, oh my God, Wolverine is dead. Like this isn't gonna, there's no way an X-Men movie will happen again because this movie was pretty rough around the edges. So Amanda, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's one where his performance of Wolverine, I think, is just on par with everything else.
Yeah.
He gives a good performance. I think that the movie did him dirty. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
he really got
'cause
screwed.
They had been building this thing of like, it's now time for Wolverine to have his own movie.
Yep.
And you had already kind of seen Stryker stuff before. And you already saw little glimpses from X2 of how it was when he was made.
Right.
And so they could have just gone with that. You know, they could have really taken those pieces and they didn't want to, and that's cool. But really, I thought some of it was pretty okay, and I thought some of the other parts were pretty unfortunate. And
Yes,
I mean, it's good. I think without this movie, you wouldn't have the following ones.
No, I mean, they had to start him somewhere. It sucks that the first one is the weakest one out of it and that Wolverine getting his own one. So if you guys aren't familiar with the origin story, it's actually a really popular comic book that came out. The Wolverine origin was the first time you actually get to see where Wolverine really came from and that he was a mutated boy that actually was wealthy. He came from a wealthy family with like an evil father that was very like brutal to him. He had bone claws that actually came out of him. So those weren't made with the adamantium. Yes, adamantium. And then on top of it, he ends up meeting Victor Creed in the process, and he's raised by wolves. Like that's where he gets this mentality of being such a predatory creature out in the wilderness and that type of stuff with him. And you find out that his real name is James Howlett. That's Wolverine's real name. And I don't remember where Logan came from in the comic. I don't know if he's given that name by the villagers or
I don't remember
if he takes it, but the comic is really, really well done. And this was supposed to be like the adaptation over to it, and it fell flat. It was really rough. So far, Hugh Jackman kicks ass in X-Men 1 and 2. Popular as Wolverine. Last Stand happened. You're like, oh God, okay, maybe the next one will be better. Origins, I would say I think Origins is better than Last Stand, personally, but it was still a little bit rough.
It was better, but not by much.
Right. And so if I was Hugh Jackman, I would have been like, I'm hanging up the claws, guys. It's not going well. I don't think we should continue with this.
I feel like he did that every time.
Yeah.
He'd be Wolverine. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to retire the character. I think we're done. And then
Right.
it'd be like, star Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. He's like, I'm coming back.
Well, money talks too. So, I mean, he
come on.
obviously can come back. But it's so funny when these characters or these actors play legacy characters, when it's like they're the only ones that can do it, because you have the same thing with people like Harrison Ford, right? It's either Han Solo or Indiana Jones, but he's like, those are his two people. And like anybody else to ever play them would be different. So now in modern times where there may be a new Wolverine down the road, that'll be really weird for people, I think, to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Tony Stark as Iron Man. You
Oh,
know, like,
yeah.
It's
Yep.
like anytime Iron Man comes, they're like, where's Tony? Like,
Yeah, right.
So, no, I think you're totally right.
Yeah.
And I think that if anybody else played Wolverine at this point, there'd be too many people being like, oh, it's not Hugh Jackman.
Well,
Even if
and that's
it was
just it.
like,
It's funny because back in the day, people were pissed that Hugh Jackman wasn't like Wolverine in the comics.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, but now Hugh Jackman is the epitome of who Wolverine is in pop culture. So yeah, it'll really screw things up down the road. But I will say, in defense of Hugh Jackman in general, I think he was still very much loved, even with these movies not hitting the mark. And he didn't lose his steam, because there's a lot more movies that he did after this too that were worth it.
So I don't know if we need to talk about it, but X-Men First Class.
My one, if not my favorite, one of my favorite X-Men films. I think I may have talked about this before, but it is by far one of the best written. And I think, was it Edgar Wright, Amanda, that directed this one?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's really good. I think his cameo in the movie is, I think, one of my favorite cameos in any movie.
And it's so short, but so sweet. You remember
but
it, Ash?
So
His cameo
it's so
in that one?
like, it's so on par, not just with the Wolverine character,
Yeah.
but like it worked with the vibe that the movie had going.
Yeah.
It very much was a cameo that you were like, oh, look who it is. But then it wasn't a cameo that felt forced or unnatural.
No,
Sometimes
but dude, to
they're-
tell Xavier and Magneto to fuck off is like the
Fuck
best
off.
thing ever, dude. And
But
he's
it's
at a
just-
bar
just
drinking.
like the way that they do it, like, because they're going through like the quick montage
Yep,
of them.
yep.
Hi, I'm so and so. We're from the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, and it's every person's like, and then like they walk. It's like they don't slow down. They don't do anything
Nope.
special
Yep.
for Wolverine's cameo, and I think that's what I liked about it was. Sometimes these cameos happen, like Bill Murray in the women's Ghostbusters movie.
Oh,
Like,
right,
these
yeah.
cameos happen, and now this whole scene changes, and it's all about this cameo person.
Yeah.
So I liked that it was just like the same, like rapid fire cameos. It's just like, hi, we're from the Gifted School of Youngsters. Fuck off.
I agree. I agree. It was written. It was well done.
And then it goes on to the next one.
It's almost like him saying it to how the franchise had did him wrong too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that was great.
Yeah,
but
like
it's
like
yeah.
like them trying to pull him in for another X-Men movie.
Uh-huh.
Fuck off.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I'm not falling for this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. That was awesome. That was awesome.
All right, his next movie is called Snowflower and the Secret Fan.
Was this like an indie or something that I
That
missed?
sounds like
I
Crouching
don't
Tiger, Hidden
think
Dragon.
so.
Yeah,
it
right?
looks like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but dude, I would have watched an action film if Hugh Jackman was in it. So I know there's no way.
The story set in the 19th century China and focusing on the lifelong friendship between two girls who develop their own secret code as a way to contend with the rigid social norms imposed on women.
So what is he? Some soldier or something? Some British soldier?
I
or-
honestly don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Skip a Rooney. Sorry,
Yeah.
Hugh.
His next movie is called Butter,
Butter. What year are we at?
2011.
Okay. So we're still 10 years ago, Amanda. Butter.
I've never even heard of this.
Nope. Let us know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, if you guys have heard of Butter, let us know if we're missing anything.
His next movie was Real Steel.
Okay. Some
is
people.
that Rock'em Sock'em Robot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people hate
Yeah.
on this movie. I thought it was awesome.
I like it.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Really? I think you should see it. So basically, like, it's a futuristic world where they have robot fights, and this kid finds a freaking like old sparring robot like buried underneath a river in like a scrapyard, and they bring him back to life, and he ends up being the champion, and Hugh Jackman controls him, and what's her name? Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly. I think she's in that as the love interest too. And I remember like they play off really well from each other. Some people thought it was hokey because they think it's dumb for people to just have fighting robots in a boxing match. But I found it to be really like entertaining, fun movie. Yes.
Yeah.
It looked like Rock'em Sock'em Robots the movie.
It really was, and it was great. It was great.
I think my dad saw it and he said it was good. It wasn't like conscious decision to or not watch it. I just never watched it.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Next, he did the voice of Bunny in Rise of the Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians is a good movie.
Oh, Yep. I never saw that.
Rise of the Guardians is a good movie. It's all of the mythical creatures from the holidays, and they're like literally a superhero team, and it's kind of cool. And a boy gets dragged into it.
Santa was Russian, and it was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, and I think the boy is like Sandman, or not Sandman. Yeah, Sandman, like from the dreams or whatever, from your dreams.
Yeah.
I think that's the boy, and he like heads it up or something like that. But anyway, it's a fun animated film. Yep. Yes.
Next, he did Les Miserables.
I skipped it because it's a musical, right?
Yeah.
How much time was in between those two?
I can't.
This is 2012.
Not a lot. 1 year. Real Steel was 2011, you said, right?
Yeah. Didn't Les Miserables win like a bunch of awards?
Yeah.
I thought is that the Les Mis movie?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Are you just saying the short form?
No, I mean the one that came out with Russell Crowe and Anne Hathaway, I thought was way later than that, but maybe I guess not.
On this film, isn't this very much like Oliver Twist the musical, but with grown-ups?
I'll be honest, I've never seen any form of Les Mis.
It's not about like a little poor boy in an orphanage. It's about like prostitutes or just women and people trying to survive.
Is it in that? Sorry, I guess when I say Oliver Twist, I mean like in the same vein of like the. Oh, this is Victorian, not like Great Depression.
I think it's like Sweeney Todd times.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
It's French, so don't think of
It's
like
French.
poor Americans. Think of poor French.
Oh, okay. The Paul French. We have no French toast.
They wouldn't call it French toast.
We have no baguette.
We have no regular toast. Okay.
Okay. The next movie is Movie 43.
What is that?
Oh, that's that stupid one that had a bunch of celebrities in it.
Yeah.
Oh, ensemble film when they were popular back then?
I never watched it.
I never watched it either. I thought it was one of those stupid, like, they think they're funny, but it's just dumb.
Okay. Got it.
Then he did The Wolverine.
I think that was epic, dude. Not only do I love like the Japanese culture, but for him to go like fight a bunch of samurai, and I think he fights Silver Sable in that one. Yeah. Or he fights Silver Samurai. I actually think he fights both.
I think it's Silver Samurai.
Or no, he fights Silver Samurai in that one. But it was a cool take on Wolverine literally being in a whole new element. I thought the Wolverine was really good, and I think it's actually underrated. I think a lot of people forget about that film in the whole Wolverine franchise.
I agree. I think that it does get missed. I think that it was cool because, you know, you'd only ever seen Wolverine kind of in this one flavor.
Yeah,
and it kind of gave you one of the many different kind of comic series of Wolverine.
Yeah,
where he's in Japan, he's doing that kind of stuff. So that was cool to see. It had some really interesting set pieces, like, you know, locations. And then, yeah, I mean, the fight with him and stuff was good, and I thought it was good. I think there were some parts in it that I remember not exactly making sense to me.
Okay, sure.
Like maybe because I didn't know a certain piece of like lore or backstory or something.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it again because it's been a really long time since I watched it.
Is it 2014?
2013.
Wow, we're almost at 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That movie came out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. All right. But I will say, I think that it is definitely higher on the list. Better than Last Stand, better than Origins.
All right.
Yep.
His next movie was Prisoners.
I've never
Looks
seen
like
that one.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. Interesting that I didn't see it.
It has an 8.1 on
Okay.
IMDb, so
It's probably good.
I'd be curious. Next, he did X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Oh, I didn't realize those were so tight together with Wolverine.
2014.
So literally the next year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, that's a good one. That's a good film. Right? Hold on. Yes, no, Days of Future Past is good. It's where they time travel back to try to kill Mystique before she becomes something. I don't what was she going to do? She was going to kill the president or something?
I think so. I think that's
Yeah,
what it was. Or
and
a congressman or some politician. That one's cool because it's like they flash back and forth and they're in the future and I think it's like Sentinels or something are getting them and then
Yeah.
they're going to the past and stuff and you see that was when you see an older Wolverine.
Yes, he had aged a little bit on that one. He also, this is in the 70s, because I think First Class is in the 60s and then Days of Future Past is in the 70s.
I think so.
Because they time travel back there, but I know Magneto, he wants to kill her because he thinks that the only way that he can stop the events of the mutant uprising with the Sentinels, which is what happens. Because I think in the beginning of that film, Sentinels are like killing all the mutants. So they only have a little bit of time to go in back. And I think they introduce Bishop in that one and Olivia Munn as Psylocke. I think was introduced in that one, right?
No, not that one.
Oh, was she in Apocalypse?
Apocalypse.
Oh, okay. So I don't remember. Oh, Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde is the one.
Pryde.
She's able to take Wolverine into the zone or whatever. He like occupies another body or something, right?
I thought it was his.
Is it actually him?
I thought so.
Interesting. I just know like
I
when he
haven't
gets
seen this in a
hurt,
long time.
when he gets hurt in that world, he gets hurt in the physical world there too. So, but I remember it was good. And did Bryan Singer come back to direct that one? I think they got him back, didn't they? Or was Bryan Singer canceled by then because he had all of his allegations? I don't remember now. Sorry, but I do remember Days of Future Past being decent and Hugh Jackman plays another big role in that one. It follows him. In fact, in most of the goddamn X-Men movies, he's the main character. So,
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched that one. I still haven't seen Dark Phoenix.
oh, just don't even waste your goddamn time.
Well, I've never. Well, in like First Class and Days of Future Past, I think I've maybe only seen once or twice.
Yeah,
So
they're worth a rewatch.
Back. I want to go back and watch them all.
They are worth a rewatch. But Hugh Jackman at this point, dude, legacy Wolverine. It's like, okay, sure. That's just you're just gonna do an X-Men movie every couple years now.
That's what it feels like. Mm-hmm. Next, he did Chappie.
Oh, dude, I didn't even realize he was in Chappie.
I'm trying to remember if
I've seen the trailers, and I always thought it was the boy from Slumdog Millionaire, and
Wasn't it?
Isn't it? I thought it was that boy, and he brings the robot Chappie to life, or Chappie's like
Dev Patel.
Yeah, and Chappie is I don't know if he's AI or he just recognizes who he is, or he's like self-aware or something, and they try to protect him and he protects them. But I didn't know Hugh Jackman was actually in that movie. So I'm
willing
like,
to imagine
yeah.
that if I saw an ad for that, I probably would have thought it was real steel.
Yes, because I remember he's like his robot design though is he's almost like a rabbit looking a little bit of the design, because I feel like his antennas like stick back and come up a little bit. But anyway, I need to rewatch that because I didn't realize Hugh Jackman was even in it, or I never finished it, which is why I realized he wasn't in it. One of the two.
After that, he did Pan.
Oh, was that any good?
Oh my God.
Was that good
Where
or
he's
no?
Captain Hook.
I did not
He's
see
Blackbeard.
it. Is it bad?
Oh, real, whatever. Awful. I didn't finish it.
Wait, is it Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Okay, but Blackbeard and not Hook? It's just another pirate? It's just a different pirate?
Yeah, he's
Huh.
just the bad guy.
Okay.
It's bad.
Is it bad?
And it's like where they use like, you know how like older movies sometimes use current music and like they
Yeah,
sing it or in
right.
a different way. They did Nirvana and it was weird.
What the heck?
Oh, okay. Ugh. Well, I would say I don't remember if Chappie was
Like,
really well
just-
received or not.
I don't think it did very well. Look up like the Pan musical numbers on YouTube. And his his costume, he's like a pirate.
Yeah.
And he has like weird. It was like Hugh Jackman and Christopher Walken in Sleepy Hollow, where he's like the headless horseman.
Yeah.
Had a baby, so it was like black, kind of like weird hair, and then these really sunken in eyes, and like I want to say no eyebrows, but there had to have been some kind of eyebrow. I don't know. Wild.
Okay. Weird. Interesting.
All right. After that, he did Eddie the Eagle.
I don't know what that is.
Wasn't this the one about like the guy who was like a downhill skier or something?
Oh, you're right. Isn't this like the ski jump?
Yeah.
The ski jump. This
He
is
was trying to
another-
like
yeah.
make some record or something.
This is another film that I didn't remember Hugh Jackman was in. I feel bad. Sorry, Hugh.
Well, we probably
I
never
think
saw it.
after 2014, Hugh, I don't think I saw a lot of your stuff until you did an X-Men movie.
Right? Because next he, uncredited, but X-Men Apocalypse.
He's uncredited?
Yeah.
Does he... Why?
I don't even remember him being in the movie.
Well,
Well, it had to just be a cameo, right?
yeah, because I don't...
Or a flashback scene or something.
It must have been just a flashback
Or like an
scene.
end credit.
Oh, it could have been an end credit.
It could have been an end credit because the next movie that came out was Logan.
Wait. No. What movie is it, Amanda, where it shows his costume? Is that the Wolverine? Where it shows his brown
yellow?
and yellow costume?
I thought that was the first X-Men.
Oh. What do you want us to wear? Yellow spandex? Yeah, okay. Well, it doesn't really matter.
I think it was the Wolverine.
Okay. So this there must have been a nod because you want an audience to be excited for the next X-Men movie. So there must have been something.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
some kind of like, hey, he's still here.
But Apocalypse is bad. It's not good.
Oh, it's bad.
Not a good
That's
film.
actually. I was sitting here thinking about it because we just talked about the other X-Men.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, I'm gonna watch them all because I couldn't tell you much about Apocalypse at all.
Yeah,
so.
I think I want to rewatch all of them again, but like Apocalypse was bad. Oscar Isaac, I think he's a great actor, but he was a terrible Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And he was a bad choice and it didn't turn out well. And I remember the movie in general just like didn't hit on a lot of different notes and I was very disappointed in Apocalypse. So
So how'd you feel about Logan then?
Logan was fantastic. Logan was great. It was having an old Wolverine was awesome. Hugh Jackman plays him well. Xavier's back in it. And you get to see like Wolverine's daughter / guardian or whatever you want to call her with X-23. And so that was really cool to see kind of a father-daughter relationship. It was very much like Leon. Have you seen that? The Professional with Natalie Portman and
I know what movie you're talking about.
not Luc
I don't know.
Besson. That's the director, but that feeling was what it was about those two like kind of braving the post-apocalyptic world together. And of course, Wolverine dies at the end, so it has this like epic send-off for him. But I remember that was cool. That was a good film. I liked it. I mean, did you like Logan?
Yes,
Okay, good.
it was incredible.
It was great. It
Like,
was
come
great.
on, the scenes where he's fighting younger Logan, like,
yeah, that was
wild.
cool. It was cool. It
And
was
then,
really cool.
I actually like the way Charles gets dementia, basically, like
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the bad guys were all right.
Yeah, they're like half cyborgs, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like willing. They
Yeah.
want to be. I think they're buying mutations or like
Right.
cyborg mutations.
Right.
No, it was so good.
Yeah. It was good. It was really. Have you seen it, Ash?
Yeah.
You watched Logan, okay.
Yeah.
No, but Hugh Jackman, I would say that's the best of his Wolverine films and right on par with like X2 for like his Wolverine era.
Well, and I think that was
Yeah.
the first R-rated superhero movie, right? Like
yeah. Wait, did Logan
R-rated Marvel or whatever they
well,
called
what
it.
I was saying, did Deadpool come out first? Because Deadpool was 2016 and Logan was like 2017.
2017.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I think, but maybe Deadpool wasn't 2016, but I don't know. But you're right. Right at that point, both of those films came out, and I think they knew like, oh, we can go harder on superhero films, and it's okay. So
Yeah.
thank you, Hugh Jackman, for Hugh Jackman. But guys, Wolverine Legacy, incredible. Good job, Hugh Jackman.
This next one was The Greatest Showman.
Oh, is that the circus one?
Yeah, P.T. Barnum.
That's
whatever.
right. That's right.
But
It's
wasn't
not
this a
bad.
musical too?
I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't
And
remember
Zac
seeing it all the way
Efron
through.
and Zendaya.
Oh, Zendaya. Okay.
It was okay.
So the next one, I thought it was a movie, but it's 3 minutes. It says, Tourism Australia, Dundee, the son of a legend returns home.
Oh,
It's
boy.
only a 3 minute.
3 minutes.
Are you sure it wasn't a satire?
That's what I think.
I think they were making fun of like the Crocodile Dundee in like a short about some, I don't remember when it was, but I feel like I've seen that little short before.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
His next movie was The Front Runner.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing. What's it about?
In 1987, U.S. Senator Gary Hart's presidential campaign is derailed when he's caught in a scandalous love affair.
Okay, not interesting. Of course, it has to be a political drama.
That sounds not interesting at all. And then he was the voice in Missing Link.
Oh, the Yeti.
I like that.
Right? The Yeti or the
No,
Sasquatch or...
Yeah,
Right?
that's the movie.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman
he was the Yeti. Was he not?
No, Hugh Jackman was like the missing link. I think was Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. That's right.
Hugh Jackman's character was like the guy trying to bring him out into the world.
Oh, okay. Got
Okay.
it.
His name was Sir
Got it.
Lionel Frost.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
like a Hugh
it's
Jackman
cute.
character.
Yeah.
It was. Did you watch it, Amanda? It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think I've seen it too. At least in
I
pieces.
struggled to want to watch it because it had like a Fantastic Mr. Fox feel to me. Who's that director?
Oh.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, see, I know you like Wes Anderson. I don't, and I remember that feeling of that movie was like it felt that way in the acting style and the story
No,
style.
I think
but
with Zach Galifianakis being the main character,
Yeah.
you get more of that.
goofy,
Yeah,
silliness,
absolutely.
not as much quirky awkwardness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's done by Leica Studios, who do Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh,
and
okay.
then,
Yep.
Yep.
Paranorman, and so visually it's really cool. I think Selma Hayek does a voice in it too. Is it the best one? No. Is
Okay.
it? But I think it's worth watching.
It's cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
This next movie is Bad Education. Looks like maybe an HBO
Oh,
exclusive.
wait, what year are we in?
2019.
Yeah, because this is when everybody only did Netflix / whatever streaming service movies
Yeah.
are coming out for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
So, and then the pandemic hits, so I can imagine things just get wild after this.
Next, he was a voice in Free Guy.
Who does he play in Free
Masked
Guy?
player in the alley.
Oh my God! So he did a cameo for
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds because
Just
I
the voice,
still
yeah.
haven't seen this movie.
Amanda.
It's so. Oh my god!
I know. I'm sorry.
Amanda.
I want to watch it.
Okay, so here's the
It's
deal.
so
You
good.
have to watch it because the next Deadpool movie is directed by this guy because Free Guy was so good. I did not know what to expect. I was going into it thinking it was going to be like a little campy, hokey Ryan Reynolds film, and it ended up being a great film. It was funny, it was entertaining, it had a good story.
Yeah,
It's on my
it's gonna be
list.
like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like every other film where like you get trapped in a video game and
No, it was really
So much
interesting.
humor.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
next movie is Reminiscence.
I feel like I should have seen this film and I didn't, but
I feel like this movie got lost.
yeah. I get you.
Wasn't there a movie with like Johnny Depp?
Yeah,
that was,
Transcendence.
Like, Transcendence. I feel like it came out.
No, Transcendence was like 10 years ago. Or like 8 years ago.
Or maybe it was just that this was like theaters weren't quite open yet.
That makes sense.
Because 2021, right? So
Yeah.
like,
That would have been a hard time to distribute a frickin'
Yeah.
film back then. That's why they held off on Black Widow. Because that was supposed to come out in 2020 and then didn't.
yeah.
Okay.
He did an episode of Big Mouth.
Oh, I've never seen that show, but yeah. Is that with the horse, right, Amanda? Big Mouth? Or is that the kid?
Isn't that BoJack?
Oh, that's a different
But
one.
that's BoJack Horseman.
Big Mouth.
yeah.
Big Mouth is like
Big Mouth is the show about puberty.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
Yes.
right. Okay.
I think I saw an episode. Maybe. His character's name was Dick that looks like Hugh Jackman.
Okay, fair enough.
Then he did 7 episodes of Human Resources,
Oh, interesting.
which is another Netflix animation
Oh,
show.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Like, I mean, when I say haven't seen it, yes, I also haven't seen the show, but I don't think I've even seen the title anywhere on Netflix.
It looks like maybe it's like Aliens.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
He has done an episode of The Simpsons. And then 2022, a movie called The Sun.
Like, so the recent release is The Sun. That's the last one he did?
Yeah.
The Sun. S-U-N or S-O-N?
S-O-N.
Okay.
Next year he has looks like another animation called Koala Man. It's a animated show.
I don't know if anybody can do a koala better than Matthew McConaughey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mr. Moon.
And then 2024 we've got Deadpool 3.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Okay.
girl.
The amount of now, whenever you're listening to this, right? This could be like whenever, but I'm fresh in the hype right now, and the amount of excitement around this Deadpool 3 movie with Wolverine coming back is insane. Like all they've
the
done
hype is real.
Oh my God. All they've done so far is one little teaser where he talks about Wolverine. Like Ryan Reynolds is talking about like, I don't know what I wanted to do for the next Deadpool 3. And then Hugh Jackman walks behind him to go upstairs. And he's like, hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine again? And he's like, sure, Ryan. And that's it. That was the only thing that they released. And then since then, they released another one where they're both sitting on the couch and they're like, well, let us explain what happens in this new movie. And when they do it, all of a sudden the Jitterbug song, right, comes on, Amanda? Or like
I haven't watched this one yet.
Oh my God, dude. It's like...
I watched the first one where Wolverine's walking up the stairs.
Yes.
But I didn't watch any more of them.
So they do another one where they're both sitting down on the couch and they start talking about the movie, and then all of a sudden this song comes on and comes over them talking, so you can't hear what they're saying, and they're just doing the movements of like Wolverine stabbing him and like Deadpool stabbing him in the gut, and like they're like, and then this happens and this happens, and you don't hear any of their voices, you just see their lips going and stuff, and then it just ends. But I think they're going to do this viral stuff all the time until the film comes out, which will make people hyped because this doesn't even come out till 2024.
Yeah.
Like this is 2 years away still.
And people are freaking out.
Right. And they also explain though, at least before the music kicks in, that this is before Logan. So it's not like they brought Wolverine back from the dead. This happens in this separate story.
Logan does take place in the future.
Yeah,
so
they said it's like 2029 or something like that.
They definitely
that
like
one. Yeah.
took the effort to give themselves a tiny bit of space in case they do decide to bring Wolverine
Yeah.
back. They can just
Yep.
be like, oh, this is 5 years before.
Well, and it's cool because they have so much stuff they can do, de-aging, and they can, make things look more current. But in Deadpool 2, Cable has the ability to time travel, and Deadpool figures that out or has access to it. So he could easily move to wherever Wolverine is, or they come across each other. But
Well, I mean, the Wolverine in Logan,
yeah,
he had old age makeup on. He's older than
Yes.
Logan, than Hugh Jackman is.
Yes,
So,
you're right. You're right.
They could just have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in whatever his face currently looks like, and
Right.
it would still kind of work in the timeline.
Yeah, because I think Hugh Jackman's supposed to be playing like a late 60, 70-year-old or something like that in this one. So, but yes, Hugh Jackman, dude, Wolverine, he's almost synonymous with Hugh Jackman now. Like, you can't say Hugh Jackman and not think about Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's wild. And
Right.
mainstream, if you weren't a comic book fan and didn't watch the cartoon, you didn't know who Wolverine was before the 2000s.
Right.
And now, boom, pop
unless
culture
there
for the
were
last 22 years.
Cartoons.
That's what I said. If you watch the cartoon.
Oh, sorry. Missed.
Yeah. I mean, from the 90s, but now you're right. There's cartoons with Marvel and characters. So you may have known it just because your kids loved
Sure.
Wolverine back in the day.
So other things coming out.
Yes.
A show called Faraway Downs, The Good Spy, Apostle Paul,
Oh,
and
okay.
then also rumored is The Odyssey.
Dude, if he does the Odyssey, I would be stoked. I freaking love like Homer's Odyssey. They've done that movie a couple times over, and it never was done right because it is a huge budget, epic film.
Excuse me.
What?
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Oh, God, get out of here. Get out of here.
I will not.
No, it's good, but it's a take on it.
I know.
I get it.
I know.
But it's
I know.
actually a really good film. And I don't like musicals, but I don't mind that one.
It's so good.
Yeah. Is that it? That's
That's
you?
it.
Dang, dude. Okay, can I just say this, guys? Maybe it's just because we're nerdy and we've seen every X-Men movie, but we've seen a lot of Hugh Jackman films.
I mean, how many is it now? 11? So at this point, if you've seen every X-Men movie,
You've seen a quarter
at
of his
least
work.
That many Hugh Jackman films.
I would say out of all of them, so let's get, I've seen every X-Men film, so let's take away Wolverine. What film would you rewatch that wasn't an X-Men movie? Because we're going to all rewatch the X-Men movies now, but.
I mean, obviously, Prestige is probably
Yeah.
the best one on his list outside of X-Men movies,
Okay. That's good.
right?
That's good. Yep.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I think I'm going to go back and watch the one with Jake Gyllenhaal and him.
Oh yeah,
It was
Prisoners.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm curious
yep.
about the one because it's rated so high.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, I know you didn't read the plot, so I do wonder what that means, what Prisoners means. But I would say Hugh Jackman in our time. I'd put him as an elite actor. What do you think, Amanda?
Yeah, I mean, because you have to remember that in between all these movies that he's making, he's touring on Broadway. I think he's currently touring on Broadway.
Yeah, he's doing musicals.
And
huh?
there's been stuff that he did the whole time that he was acting as himself.
Right.
Because
right.
he was acting. And I'm surprised that it didn't show his cameo in Night at the Museum. But maybe because he was playing himself.
Oh.
Oh, maybe.
Huh.
Yeah, it
'Cause
wasn't on the
he-
list.
He was in Night at the Museum, I think like the third or fourth one. But yeah, I think that's interesting for having such a large, decently large set of list of movies. He's also doing plays and musicals. And
Yeah,
stuff
when
in
are they
between.
going to do Wolverine the musical?
Oh, I'd 100% watch it.
It's called Deadpool 3, and I guarantee you he's going to have Hugh Jackman do some of his singing because that's Ryan Reynolds' style. If he has anything to say about it.
It reminds me of the Avengers the musical,
Oh my God!
but X-Men the musical.
Yeah, that's
I
actually
loved
really
it.
funny. That's really funny. Well, awesome, Ash. Thanks for reading on Hugh Jackman.
You bet skis.
And also Hugh Jackman. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Thanks, who?
You're
Xbox. Dashboard.
Dashboard. Amanda, where can people send us their hate mail because they're like, you missed that amazing Hugh Jackman movie and you need to watch this.
I've tried to give out your address multiple times, and maybe I'll just do it again. So come hang out with us at our Instagram, at Real Awkward Podcast. If you have someone that you'd like us to do for a street cred, the rules are that you have to write it down on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and send it to us. Don't judge me. People have done it. So do that if you have someone you want to hear us do.
That way we know you're real. You're serious about it.
You're not a bot.
Yeah, we don't need no bots in here, okay? All right, guys, thanks for listening to this episode. If you like what we do, please tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your lover, and we'll talk to you on the next episode of the Real Awkward Podcast. Bye.
Bye-bye.